Learn to root online in the comfort of your own home. Go at your own pace with unlimited access. Visit the RebornArtistStudio.com for more information. West Coast Doll Show, brought to you by Janie Scott, February 28th to March 1st, 2026 at the Doubletree Hotel, Ontario, California. Visit westcoastdollshow.com for more information. This podcast is brought to you in part by Irresistables. Visit irresistables.com, your one-stop shop for anything Reborn.
Hi everyone, I'm Lizbeth Devlin from the Reborn Artist Studio.
Hi, I'm Janie Scott from the West Coast Doll Show.
And welcome to another edition of Reborn Rap.
Welcome. Good morning.
Janie, we have to start the show with a public apology. Okay, so unfortunately, Minnie Mouse was accused of being the instigator of the cord being chewed. What do we call that? Cordgate? And apparently Minnie Mouse reached out to the Innocence Project. She was in fact framed. Do you want to tell everybody who actually chewed the cord?
Binks, our lovely, beautiful snowshoe cat. Binks, because I caught him under the table chewing the cord again, freshly the next day. So Minnie Mouse was very upset. She let me know.
Yeah, so if Minnie Mouse is watching, we apologize. And in case anybody didn't miss the last show, we spent hours trying to figure out why Janie's headset wasn't working, and we've pushed every single button on the computer and on the recording software that we use, and it turned out that the cat had chewed the cord. And poor Minnie Mouse was accused of it. And I think it was me that actually accused Minnie Mouse as well.
It was you. It was you, because you said, I bet it was that Frenchie.
I did. Having my own Frenchie, I know that they're normally at the top of the list when something goes wrong. So we apologize, Minnie Mouse.
Poor Minnie Mouse.
Binks, shame on you.
Oh, and he's in big trouble right now because he's escaped. So let's hope by the time this airs, he's back in the house. So
yeah, that's right. Binks, if you're watching this, come back for your punishment. Yeah.
Get out there.
So Janie, what's been going on with you? What have you been up to?
I have been up to lots of things. We've been working on stuff for the doll show. Obviously, you know that we sold out of the Tea Party tickets.
Minutes.
Yeah,
was it like 2 hours or something?
Yeah, it was only a few hours.
Yeah.
It was gone. We even actually called the hotel and had another table added into the area because there were so many people on the waiting list, and we were able to pull 10 people off the waiting list right away to accommodate them. So
nice one.
Yeah.
And I guess we should point out that the banquet tickets are going on sale. Now the podcast is pre-recorded. The banquet tickets go on sale on the 14th, is that right?
Yep. The day before this airs.
So everybody that was complaining they didn't get a ticket for the tea party, make sure you mark your calendar because those tickets sell fast. They really do. Yeah.
They do. They sell really quick, and we're on the 1st and the 15th of the month every month. So this will air on the 15th of September when we come back for the next podcast, and by then those tickets will have already been sold.
Right. So actually this podcast will air the 1st of September.
Yeah, and then we do.
But when we come back, it'll be. Yeah, I know what you're saying. So we're right in between. Why did you have the ticket sales right in between the podcasts?
You know, I do them on a Sunday, every Sunday, because I work during the week. So it's easier for me to be able to focus on what's happening with the website on a Sunday. So, yeah, same time. Anytime I put up tickets for sale, it's always on a Sunday at 12 Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah. And we thought we would take this opportunity as well, because I know that people have been asking you questions. So you're going to show us some goodies, and you're going to answer some of those questions as well.
Yeah. So some of the goodies are, we want to thank Bobbi Barfoot of Truborns. She donated these cute tags.
Cute.
And I'll also put up a picture of them. They say, drink me, and they're going to be attached to a cute little goodie that you're going to get at the tea party. And then these right here are probably some of my favorite things I've gotten so far in the mail. But these are wonderful. Look at these little tea bags.
And this is for the tea party. So
this is for the tea party.
That bought tickets for the tea party.
Get ready.
Yeah, lots of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And here's some of the questions we've been getting. So there's a lot of confusion when you go on our website. It says event tickets are sold out because the tea party ticket is an event and it is sold out. It is a separate entity of the actual show. The show itself is the showroom, and that's on Saturday and Sunday. And those tickets will not be sold online at all. You can only buy those tickets there at the actual show, and they'll go on sale. I believe we're going to start them on Thursday, the Thursday prior to the show opening, which is on Saturday.
All right. So if they're there for a class or anything, they can pick up their tickets on Thursday, or if they arrive early at the hotel, they can pick up their tickets on Thursday. That's great.
Yeah.
And then the tea party's themed, so quite a few of us are dressing up.
Oh yeah,
and we've
dressing
been
up.
Secretly getting. I know I am too. We've been secretly getting our costumes or our outfits ready, so it's super exciting. I'm really excited about the doll show. Yeah,
it is. It's super exciting, and I've been getting a lot of men reaching out because honestly, we have quite a handful of men coming that are super excited. They're coming as supporting their wives, and they told their wives this doll show they're going to because of the Mad Hatter theme, and they're coming dressed as well. And I've had multiple men reach out and say, "Hey, I know I have to buy a gift. Can I buy a gift for just like another, is there going to be other men there? And I'll buy a gift for another gentleman." And, and I said, absolutely. And they said, is it a baby shower theme? I said, no, it's an unbirthday party. So you can just buy a gift, like a birthday gift that you're going to give to another gentleman, something you would like to receive yourself. And so they're so excited. Like the men are super excited.
All right. So when they go to the tea party, they need to bring a gift with them, and it's kind of like a gift exchange kind of thing.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. All right,
Yes.
and then if you have any other questions about the West Coast Doll Show, reach out to Janie. She's always happy to answer your questions. There's information on the website, and that, of course, is westcoastdollshow.com.
So, Lizbeth, what have you been up to recently?
Like I always say, the podcast keeps me really busy. I've been working on, I've been messing around with silicone, but I've worked on 2 babies, Levi, and I did a blonde Levi. Oh my Lord.
I love him.
You people that root blonde-haired babies, I bow down to you. And, I look at Alexa Calvo, the prototype artist. She does so many blonde-haired babies, and they're stunning. And I'm telling you, I was going cross-eyed trying to root with this blonde hair. And, I was talking to one of the girls that's in my course, and she's like, well, use a magnifying glass. And I was like, girl, I've got glasses and a magnifying glass on. I still can't see. The hair's so light. But he turned out pretty good. Would I do another blonde-haired baby? If I felt like torturing myself, I probably would. I mean, I like how he turned out, but blonde-haired babies are... Yeah, you're my hero, you people that root blonde hair. So Levi's going home. I'm working on a BEP, and the BEP is expected to go home as well soon. But it's been, trying to get everything done before we go to the doll show. We're going to Kansas Doll Show. And of course, this will air after we've been to the show. But this week has just been crazy trying to get everything, done in time. And I'm not even a vendor at the show. I'm just trying to get out the house.
It is. It's been, trying to get ready for a show and trying to also keep your own life going, and then all the extras that we do. I mean, we both do a lot of extra things, and it's definitely, you get swept up in it, and then you're like, where'd the week go?
Exactly.
I've got to finish a baby before the show as well, and I haven't even started rooting. But this baby is a special gift, and I could talk about it because the mom will have him by the time it airs. Right. Yeah, so I was pretty excited. Yeah. So let me grab him. This is a birthday gift to my really good friend, Megan Dunton.
Oh,
and
gorgeous.
I love him. And then I'll drop a picture for you as well. But he... Alessandro, yes, by Cassie Bryce Love. So I love him. And he's a birthday gift for her, so she doesn't even know he's coming.
You're so sweet. You're really sweet at doing stuff like that. I know. If you don't know Janie personally, and I knew Janie I knew you, but not as well as I know you now. But You are the sweetest person that walked the planet. You really are. I mean, don't get on the wrong side of her. No, but she, like, you just, like, you do stuff like that all the time. And you don't say, oh, I'm doing this, you'll just casually mention something. And I'll be like, wait, what? What are you talking about? And you're giving something to somebody, or you're teaching somebody something, or you're driving to help somebody do this. And you really are a heart of gold. You really are. And I know I don't say that enough to you, but you absolutely are a heart of gold. And the amount of work that you do on this podcast behind the scenes is absolutely incredible. And I know I don't tell you this enough, girl, but I love all the work you do, and I appreciate you so much. So I hope we get the tissues out now.
I appreciate you. You know I love you, and I'll do anything. So
you're a gem. All right, what else we got? Oh, you know what we've got? Like, okay, so we haven't showed any products for a while, but I want to show this. I got this in the mail. Ooh. Isn't this like, it's a little rattle. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up.
It is.
But it's made by hand, and it's made by Pamela Dilts. So Pamela, another person who is as sweet as apple pie. She really is. Supports the podcast really, really well. She supports me. I know she supports you. She's just like a lovely, 100% wonderful individual. And she made this little gift for me, this little rattle. And I'm going to start putting this in my pictures. So if you see it in my pictures, you'll know that it's from Pamela. So thank you, Pamela. I think you've got something there too.
I do. Pamela sent me, when I was making the Camille, she had sent me this beautiful yellow sweater. And so I'll take a picture of the sweater on Alessandro. And it's beautiful. I mean, the craftsmanship. So she did her stitching, or I guess this is crocheting, is just
knitting.
Is it knitting? Oh, yeah. See, I don't know. I don't knit or crochet or anything. I'm a knitter. Oh, you're a knitter. A knitter?
Yeah.
A knitter?
Yeah.
I am not this talented. So, I don't have the patience for that.
And we're going to link Pamela's information in the comments, because she does make items if you want to purchase something. These are gorgeous. But if you want to purchase something from her, help her out. You know, she's an artist, world starving artist. So reach out to Pamela and see if she can make something for you. So Janie, can you believe the podcast has been going for almost 1 year?
1 year. That's amazing. I'm so excited.
I can't believe it. I'm still here.
And people still watch. It's amazing.
I know. And we've got even more people watching. It's really good, because it's starting to get to the point where a lot of people know, you know, the podcast. A couple of people message me about, you know, about my rooting course and stuff like that. And, you know, they start chatting to me, and I'll say, I don't know if you know, but I have a podcast. And they're like, yeah, I watch the podcast all the time. I'm like, oh, okay. So September 15th is going to be our 1 year anniversary of the launch of the podcast. And I remember last year that we were, Emily and I were working behind the scenes, crazy, trying to get this podcast out. And we decided that we were going to launch September 1st. And so we made up all these banners telling everybody, September 1st, watch the podcast September 1st. And then we realized there's no way that we're going to be ready for September 1st. We kept filming, and there would be issues with the filming, and it was crazy. So I said to Emily, hey, could we sneakily go and put a 5 next to that 1 and not tell anybody and just pretend that it was always the 15th?
Isn't that called the Mandela effect? The Mandela effect?
Exactly. So if anybody out there is thinking, oh, I remember the podcast was supposed to be the 1st, you weren't crazy. We did a sneaky on you. So in honor of the 15th, we're going to have a special guest on the show, and we're not going to tell anybody who that guest is. It's going to be a surprise guest. Should we have them guessing?
Absolutely. Let's have everybody guess to see who our special guest is going to be.
See. Yes. Okay. And let's see. And the winner might get a prize. They may or they may not.
Okay. So I'm really excited for our next guest. You know, she has been anticipating this podcast airing for several weeks. She's super excited. She's been sharing all of her banners and getting people excited to hear what she's got to say. And I'm really excited for Esther Orlando. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, she has been a huge proponent for the podcast. She supports us. She's always on our live premiere chats. And actually, we should mention that too. Don't forget to join us for our live chats on the podcast. And the podcast airs 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, the 1st and the 15th. So if you watch those, you can come in and we'll sit and chit chat, and it's really good. I mean, I thought we had 38 people in the chat room last time, but someone was saying that we had as many as 67 people.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of fun. We giggle back and forth and we chit chat, and usually our guests are in there, and Esther's always in there chit chatting. So I'm really looking forward to doing her interview, because like I say, she's been really supportive of the podcast and supportive of both of us as ours too. So
yes. And that chat is so fun. You know, the last one we had was hilarious. We had a lot of men jumping on that were the husbands of the wives. And my personal husband, if y'all didn't see, was so obsessed at getting a crown and getting the number one crown. And he could not figure out how to get to number one.
Yeah, during the chat, and we haven't figured it out yet. I have a feeling it's when you first join, but I don't know, it could be wrong. But I think it's if you're chatting a lot, it gives you a crown. I think there's 3 crowns altogether, and it was hilarious seeing him trying to get a crown. And he was crown number 2, I think, and he was trying to get up to, he was crown number 3, and he was trying to get up to crown number 2, and it was just hilarious. But we have a good giggle. So if you're not working or you've got some downtime, join us for the premieres. They're a lot of fun. But we have Esther in the green room, actually. I can see her in there right now. So we are going to introduce Esther Orlando from Irresistables.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hello, Esther. I'm so glad to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here. Hi, Lizbeth.
Hi, it's been great. We've been anxiously waiting this interview, so it's lovely to have you.
Well, thank you so much.
You're extremely busy.
Thank you. We all are.
Wonderful.
Yes, we are. And, you know, speaking about that, I know you're getting ready to go to the Kansas show. So by the time this airs, we would have finished the Kansas show. So it's going to be a really busy week. Well, I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to ask you a couple things. One, sure. I want to know about Esther. And Esther, I want to know how you became Irresistibles. I mean, it's so interesting to me of how you've gotten here.
Well, that's a baited question, but I'll try to make it short and sweet. So, you know, I really have always been a very entrepreneurial person. I'm not a sitter-arounder. Don't love watching TV, except as I've gotten older, I do like to do it after dinner and just relax to clear my mind. But I'm a workaholic. I love what I do, and I love being passionate. So when I originally started this, it was back in the 90s. I've always loved dolls. And my mom was my mentor with the dolls, and she was very into like the Madame Alexander dolls. So of course I wanted to be a chip off the old block. When my children were little, I started them in the Madame Alexander Wizard of Oz series, which I pretty much have all of them, which is cool. And I don't know, I've always loved dolls, but I never knew that I loved baby dolls so much, because back then in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s, it was porcelain, it was resin, it was one of a kind. It was Bob Mackie with the Barbie dolls. And you know, Bob Mackie had a very big influence on our industry because he reborned his Barbies. That's what he literally did, was he would take a Barbie, strip it down, repaint it, refashionize it, and there it was. So that was kind of cool. It was like a prelude to what was going to go on. But I started out mostly Irresistibles as a jewelry company. We used to I wanted to sit at home and work because I didn't want to go out, and I wanted to be home with my kids. And I had a couple of my friends, and we would take like little lucite discs of clear, red, black, whatever, and we would mount rhinestones or nail heads. It was like in the glitzy area, and we called it Irresistibles. So that's how the name was born. That's how the name was born.
Love it.
But, you know, we wanted to name it something because knowing me, I was never going to be in the jewelry business forever. So from that point, that got kind of old after a while. And I ended up, remember when Beanie Babies became popular, and like everyone with the get rich quick schemes and this, that, and the other? Well, my background's in wholesale. So everything I do, I think in wholesale. And there was so many Beanie Babies in my region because I'm from Illinois, and Illinois is where the company's from. I went out and I would just tell people, you have treasures in your basement. This is where the education part of me comes. Do you want to know how much money you have in your basement? Because I'm going to give you this much money for a Beanie Baby doll or a Beanie Baby, and then I'm going to go and sell it wholesale. They didn't know that, I'm telling you. I would sell it wholesale to people that were asking me for them, like stores, coin and card shops, or sporting goods. Yeah, so interesting. But guess what? My biggest client, talking to him on AOL Instant Messenger.
On dial-up. Yeah.
Right.
Dial-up. That just put us all.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and like sometimes I would be freaking out because whatever. Well, anyway, make a long story short, he was from Germany, the doll capital of the world. I was selling him boxes and boxes of Beanie Babies because they wanted to get them over there in Europe. There was very few in Europe. So he had this little business. Well, his daughter loved dolls. And she asked me if I would get her this Baby Emily doll from Ashton Drake. Well, Baby Emily, the first edition of Baby Emily, the So Truly Real doll. This is her.
Gosh.
Wow. She is from 1991. And you probably can't tell, but her skin is pretty gray. And at that time, they were gluing the hair on. It was really kind of awful. But she is one of the first 50 to ever be made.
Look at that expression. It looks like a reborn.
Yes, it does.
Wow.
And this is truly how reborning began. Because besides the fact that Pat Moulton and Ollie Noops were the first two real sculptors that sculpted kits, I was shipping boxes and boxes and boxes in my garage of these Ashton Drake $150 dolls. Now, of course, I got myself a wholesale account and I was doing collectibles and Bradford Exchange with other doll companies as well, taking these apart, unstuffing them, throwing them in boxes, and literally had logistics trucks in my driveways, picking up huge boxes of these dolls, going over to Germany, and that's how they started reborning them. So that's
interesting.
It doesn't even have full limbs.
Oh my gosh, that's really interesting, Esther.
That is pretty much where Irresistables, the anchor started, and it's been a ride ever since. And that was in the mid 90s, basically. But Emily was born, she became the first So Truly Real doll in 2001, just to let you know.
That's amazing. I'm so excited to hear that because I had no clue.
No, me neither.
This is really good.
Yeah.
I
have
I'm
an
blown
interesting
away.
and colorful background because, the average person that came into the doll industry, specifically concentrating on reborning, was mostly artists. And truly, I would never considered myself an artist. I consider myself an entrepreneur or someone that had a business. And I was very fortunate that most things that I did over my years, and there was many different areas I touched on, I was able to make something out of it. And I started in my garage. It was a little, we didn't even have rack systems at that point. We had like little 12 by 12 boxes that I had. And the first, few years, I maybe had 12 kits, 14 kits. I was like the first real reborn doll kit supply company in the United States. And I have to attribute that to my friend, Peter from Doll's Garden, and his daughter, Heike, in Germany, who educated me on what people wanted and what they didn't want. And then people started designing kits. Now, we're still talking 25 years ago. This is nowhere like it is today. And there was so few people that even knew what reborning even meant. And even though it's our household word, maybe, most people still don't know what reborning means.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
But
yes.
It was a very different market back then, but the principle was the same. People loved dolls. They wanted dolls. They loved one-of-a-kind dolls. I came to appreciate so much of I couldn't believe like the realism and it blew me away. Like how people would and the vinyl was like brown and gray and hard and it was nasty. It's come a long way, but my hat is off to so many of you artists as well as anyone that has been touched by this industry because it's really very special. We have our kinks like every other industry, but I love what I do. I love what I do.
I love it. I was an Ashton Drake collector and
There you
a Lee
go.
Middleton. So when my girls were little, and my daughter's 31 now, we did Ashton Drake and Lee Middleton. And I have a doll, and it's a silicone doll from Ashton Drake in storage that breathed. And so the head was silicone and she was rooted. And we actually bought it for my 30-year-old daughter.
I like $250 is what they sold for.
And I thought that was outrageously expensive for a doll.
Right,
and,
of course.
I bought it for our daughter when I was pregnant with the triplets because I was so scared she wasn't going to know how to hold a baby. So I got her this doll that could breathe, and it made this like sound, and it was weighted, and I didn't realize it was even silicone until it got here. And I loved it, and she still has it in her box of stuff in storage.
Yeah.
So
They touched on silicone, they did vinyl, they did it all. And they're still very successful. I mean, it got to the point where we were selling almost too many of them on Amazon and on eBay because Etsy really wasn't around yet. That the company Ashton Drake, they actually asked us to stop selling them because we were selling more than they were because I was a doll person. I was in the doll industry. I had a huge following, blah, blah, blah. But Ashton Drake was very inspirational of our industry. And a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
So Esther, tell us a little bit more about your partnership or relationship with Ping Lau. How did that come about?
It's such a blessing. Ping and I have been through a lot, and I know you know without me even saying that she's just a wonderful human being. Besides being, as far as I'm concerned, probably one of the most talented doll sculptors. I'm not talking Reborn. I'm not talking specifically Reborn because there's incredibly talented women there too, and men for that matter. But Ping, the reason I say Ping, and I'll tell you about my history in a second, is so talented, in my opinion, is because when you look at one of her dolls, you don't even have to paint it to be able to visualize what it's going to look like. To me, that is true raw talent. So, you know, she and I decided to take on the more toddler edge of it. And what happened was, so back in, I'm going to look at my notes for a second, 2010, Ping and I met at an IDEX show, which was International Doll Expo, which was really created. Reborns were not a part of the scene really at that point. They were just starting to really penetrate the show circuit. And Ping was working with a woman named Linda Skavaski who owned Doll Dreams. And Linda has a partner who was actually my sort of partner now in Germany. And they would contract Ping and several other artists, mostly from Europe, to make doll kits for them. And then they would produce them and sell them. So that's how I was introduced to Ping, because I was Linda's number one retailer. I sold most of all of her doll kits. And it wasn't always about Ping. It was about other artists like Reva Schick, like Sheila Michael, and many, many more to come, many more. So Ping and I just clicked. I mean, we became friendly, but we kept our relationship very on the QT because Linda was a very, she was worried that maybe I would step up and take things over, or that Ping would not want to work with her anymore, or for whatever reason. And, things didn't really work out, and everything happens for a reason. And it was a crazy last 2 or 3 years. But Ping and I eventually did not convince Linda, but Linda said, okay, Esther, if you want to have Ping sculpt you a couple things, I'm taking it easy for a few, months or years or whatever. So we started doing sculpts together, even while she was still working with Linda. Ultimately, in the end, 2010, it's like going on 16 years later, we work together exclusively. She is not only someone I make money with, and we make money off of each other. We have become friends. I know a lot about her. She's got an interesting culture. But Ping and I now have 40 kits that we have produced together.
Oh, you're kidding. Wow.
We have
That's
2
a lot.
or 3 more in production. It's been a little delayed because we've had, and I'm kind of glad I'm going to use this platform to say that we are finally getting to the point where my molds are being transferred from factory A to factory B. We're going to have all new vinyl. It's going to be great. So that's pretty much how Ping and I became. And a cool little tidbit for you. Some of our most successful, and what I mean by successful is numbers wise. Now I'm talking business. How many units I've sold of a particular kit. The number, I don't know if I can make you guys guess, because I know you're more into babies, Lizbeth, and Janie, you do both. But I'll just say that Sansa was number one for a very, very long time. And Sansa and Arya were born out of the Game of Thrones era. That's how they got their names, which is kind of cool.
Oh.
And someone did a Game of Thrones baby, which was really cool. But now Cammy has become our number one by far. Push ahead. Yeah, doll kit.
It's beautiful doll though. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Cammy. I'm trying to get in here because wait a minute. I love Cammy. She's been out of stock. And I need that doll. So, I am a huge Ping fan. First of all, hands down, toddler sculpting number one. And huge Ping fan. And I absolutely I'm working on Fauci right now. And I absolutely love Fauci. And I love Bliss. Bliss is my number one. But I don't know, I'm getting to where I'm really kind of loving this little crazy girl Fauci that looks grouchy at me when she's looking at me. She's got attitude, but that's okay. Just, sometimes you're the baby. And like I said in her little meme, I'm the baby. So,
oh my God. You saw that, Lizbeth, right?
I did, yeah.
I showed it to someone yesterday. I'm like, see this. It's so cute.
Oh, it's fabulous. It really is.
Yes.
No, I do. I love Ping's sculpts and just watch. And even she does portrait sculpts, right? And so when you see her post her portrait, one of a kinds.
Amazing.
I'm trying to figure out, and I may have to ask her, how does she get the hair? Because they're made out of clay. She doesn't pour them into vinyl, right? They're a one-of-a-kind clay.
No, they're one-of-a-kind clay. She paints the hair a lot.
Okay.
She actually paints some hair for me on some of my dolls when I want to get them finished up or whatever. But yeah, she loves to do that. So it's cool. And I guess, Fauci, however you want to say it. She was kind of our transition baby when things kind of ended, back in 2024 and, going into 25. And so she was like our first baby to come out with the new vinyl and all that kind of stuff. But we've got some really, really cute ones coming up. We have our contest baby that's coming up, the one after this next one named Emery. She's worth mentioning. But Lotus will be before Emery. And I just wanted to tell everyone this, which is a kind of fun thing, both of you and everyone, that these babies are not going to have upper half torsos. They're not going to have connectors. They're going to be regular flanged babies. So there you go, Lizbeth.
Well, interesting.
I think going to be about 23 to 24 inches, but I'm going to price them probably under $100 retail. I want to go back to the olden days where I used to pay $50 or $60 for a kit, and then I'd sell it for $79.99 or $89.99. It's a little different these days. So that is it. Lotus should be out very soon. She's at the prototype artist now, or going to the prototype artist now, and that's exciting. So, and then Emery will be the one. Her grandma was the mother. You can tell the story.
I love Emery. So Emery, rest her little soul, is no longer with us. She was taken by a very heartbreaking situation, and her grandmother runs the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, and she had submitted her photo, and her photo was chosen by a popularity vote. There was a huge popularity vote, and her photo was chosen without even knowing the backstory. So I really think that it was meant to be for her little face to be brought to life. I reached out to her grandmother after everything was done and asked her if I could have the honor of bringing her to life as a gift for them.
And when Ping was sculpting her, very oftentimes, more often than not, Ping and I will sculpt virtually. So she'll have the head done, and then I'll be like, okay, that cheek needs to come down, or you need to put a dimple here, or that wrinkle doesn't look right. You need to shift this. The eyes aren't shaped right. And we'll do it virtually. And when she was sculpting Emery, it was very emotional, and it was very emotional for her as well. But those cheeks, I've never seen, it looks like someone inflated her cheek. She's so cute. And maybe we'll flash a picture at some point of her, but she's a cutie pie. And Janie, the part of the contest was that the grandmother or the family of Emery was going to get a doll, and I believe Janie is the one that's going to reborn. Which is really
there
cool.
you go again, Janie, with your oh my gosh, that is just so cool. Touching. It really is.
Cool.
Oh.
It's very
okay. So Esther, I know I use your products, and as an artist, I love them. I want to hear about how you think about your products and how much you love them, because I know you use them as well.
I do. So just a little bit of history, which I think is really nice for people to know. Back in 2018, the writing was on the wall with Genesis. I was a huge Genesis distributor. I mean, when we would get Genesis, we'd receive them on pallets. I mean, large deliveries. And I mean, I think my last order with Genesis, which I never even received, was it was like 300 jars of just the mats, let alone all the other stuff that would go with it. Okay. So people were already experiencing the lack of the matte varnish in the market. Well, the last shipment we received was all the new formula. I didn't even have the guy unpack it from the truck. I sent it right back. But in 2018, I had a friend at Genesis. I mean, a friend. I mean, she worked for Genesis, but she worked in the development side of it. Oh. And she had kind of forewarned me that they were going to be, with COVID starting to hit, their supply chain was going to go out the window. And that's exactly what happened. Really what happened with Genesis was a supply chain issue. They couldn't get jars at one point. Then they couldn't get some of the products to go into their products. They tried so hard to redo their formula, which you already know. And then that was a big motivator for me for Look Within, which I'll tell you about that in a second. But I started developing IRHSP really in 2018. Okay. We released, I said to Lorenzo the other day, Lorenzo's my husband. He's also my partner in all of our businesses. And I love him. I said to him, I go, is it 2 years or 3 years? I feel like so much has happened and it's only going to be 2 years in November.
Oh, is that all? So, wow.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's been around for so long, but, I spend my days and my hours answering questions. I'm online 24/7. Anyone that has ever worked with me will attest to this. If I see someone post something in another group, I contact them immediately and I say, how can I help you? This is what we've got, blah, blah, blah. And the way Janie and I became friends is she had an issue with some of our first batches of matte. And Janie, she buys everything times 3 and times 5, right? So she had bought 3 matte, 3 satin, 3 thick, 3 this. And she said it was inconsistent. It wasn't working. So I sent her $300 or $400 worth of stuff. And she got rid of that stuff. And that's how we developed up. She was like, wow, you really do stand behind your products. And we had our, ups and downs of learning curve and still going on. But we don't have problems anymore, which is really amazing. So when a person reaches out to me on how to do stuff, I can say comfortably, this is how you do it. And it works. And it's amazing. But the products are great. They're eco-friendly. They last a long time. Use them right out of the jar if you want, but there's all different ways that you can use them. Matte and pour are our number ones. They sell very equally. The pour texture is very, very cool. Speaking of texture, you can make it more texturized. You can make it less texturized. Janie has her way of doing it, but no, the stuff is amazing. And I'm proud to say, and I will tell you that I had 2 fellow dealers in the North American area tell me, congratulations on separate accounts that we are number 1. So that didn't come from me. I would like to think that. But that came from 2 other dealers, and they're not even IRHSP suppliers because we supply it. But
that's wonderful.
Yeah,
great stuff.
I definitely
15 countries we're in. We have it in 15 countries.
15. Oh wow, that is quite in such a short time as well.
It's fun. What else do you want to ask me, Janie? I see you chomping over there.
Well, I was going to touch back base on the. Yeah, I could see the paints being number 1, especially in North America, because there's not a lot of other paints out there that have been able to move that market like that, and I definitely use the paints, and I love, me, and the pour texture and the matte. I absolutely love it. And I'm not going to lie, I've tested everybody's. I've literally tested them all.
As you should. And I tell people to do that.
I couldn't get proper workage with some of the other ones to where I felt comfortable putting them on my work and thinking that it would withstand, because you want it to withstand time, right?
Longevity.
So, the longevity of it. So I've even told Lizbeth how I use the pour and the matte, and she's going to be testing it out here soon. We were talking about my ratio.
On us, though. She's going in the silicone route, so
no, I need some texture. No. I mean,
you're definitely getting them. I mean, you're gonna definitely. I hope you'll enjoy them. And
well,
Janie can help.
I know I will, because every time when Jenny and I talk constantly, and she's working on dolls, she'll be like, "Oh, look at this," and like she's constantly talking about your products. Oh, it's irresistible
Thank you, Jamie.
texture. It's this, it's
You're
that,
welcome.
it's this, it's that. I mean, honestly, like at one point, I'm like, "Are you getting a commission on this?" Which she's not.
It's
but
funny.
She's always
Okay,
talking
so I
about
don't know
the
if you read my
product.
post the other day, because I was a long time ago and somewhat recently sort of, I'll use the word accused. That's a harsh word, but I can't think of another word, of paying people to talk about my paints, of
Really?
telling people that they have to say good things. I have never once asked anyone, and I'm so proud that I don't even have to advertise anymore. I will always advertise.
Yeah.
But everyone else does the work. It's so
Well,
nice.
and
And I want, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if the product was not any good, or Jenny would tell me, you know, because it's off camera, you know, I mean, she could just tell me, oh no, don't use that. It's terrible. I mean, she uses it constantly. And like you're saying, she's learned all these little neat tricks and stuff that she's always happy to share with me as well. So, I'm going to try them out. I really am. I feel kind of bad that I haven't tried them.
Don't.
You know, I'm kind of
Everyone
behind the eight
has
ball here.
a lot of people. See, part of my motivation was so many people had so much Genesis. I wanted to make a product that could at least help people use up their Genesis.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say that Liquithin came about because I wanted people to be able to still use the new formula of Liquithin, of Genesis. And it does work with the new formula, which is nice. Not suggesting that you go there, but if you do have it and you ever wanted to try it, you can.
Well, that's a good point, actually. So if for anybody out there that's still using Genesis and they're scraping the bottom of the jars,
a lot of people
you can interact both products together. They're good. So
yeah, they do. They work really well together. Liquid Thin also works really well with dried up paint. Like if you have dried up paint, you could put a little bit in there and kind of get it to come back around.
But ours don't dry, right?
It
does,
because
ours typically don't dry.
No,
ours
I'm talking
very moist.
I'm talking about old Genesis. Old Genesis. Yeah.
Where it was hard. Yeah. Can I mention something and give a shout out?
Old Genesis.
Something I'm very excited about with IRHSP. So my very first class was at Yofi, and last year Janie taught it with me along with Megan Denton, and one of our students is named Ginger Geese or JC. I always ask her how to pronounce her name. Gese, and I love you, Ginger.
Oh,
and sorry if
Ginger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Ginger has just finished her 15th in the series. She took a baby from head to toe, and has painted on camera an entire series of IRHSP how-to instructional videos. They're very popular on YouTube already, but starting after the show, I'm doing it the first week of September, once a week, I'm going to be posting one of the classes on the IRHSP group, and everyone will be able to see taking from raw vinyl and fixing it up to get ready to paint till finishing. She's almost done with the series. I've waited this long because I wanted her to finish it. So I am so excited and so honored to work with her. And she's incredibly talented. Why she took our class, I don't know. I'm so glad she did. I feel like I got a friend out of it as well. I actually have done the videos with her alongside of her. So I've been painting a doll with her. Great. So my customers and everyone's been asking for so long, we need videos. Well, guess what? You're getting it.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
Ginger's fantastic.
Yeah,
Ginger's really good. And her baby's, she's going to be at the West Coast Doll Show as a vendor. And she was so scared to come in as a vendor. And oh my gosh, her babies look amazing.
Wow,
and she only uses
talented.
your products.
Yeah.
So yeah, very good.
So Esther, I want to talk about your rewards program because I know that Lorenzo, your husband, put basically a spreadsheet together. And we want to talk a little bit more about the program because we think maybe there's a lot of people out there that don't understand that you have a rewards program. But when Lorenzo sent those numbers, there is a staggering $198,000 worth of rewards dollars that have not been utilized by people that shop at Irresistables. They have these rewards that they haven't used. So we wanted to talk a little bit more about the rewards program and get people back on board to start shopping with you and building those points up and even utilizing the rewards that they currently have.
Yeah. I mean, everyone likes a bargain, right? Everyone likes to feel like they got, something for a great price. Everyone likes to feel, good about a purchase. And, I ambivalent about doing a rewards program because I wasn't sure how it was going to go over. I mean, it's already been almost 8-9 years already that we've been doing it, and it was a slow takeoff. But I will say from all of the other rewards programs that are out there by my competitors, ours is the most generous. I mean, and what I mean by that is literally every dollar you spend, you get a point. And it doesn't take long with the prices of kits and the prices of supplies to rack up. And then what you do is you know, say you earn 100 points or 1,000 points and you get like a $55 coupon. You have to sign up for the rewards program. And at this point, currently, we have 13,477 people that have signed up for the rewards program. There have been 6,290,836 rewards points earned, equivaling $314,000 that has been already redeemed that people have been able to use. But like you were saying, there's almost 200 grand of people have earned these rewards because they signed up, they clicked on it, and then some people like to use $5 every time. They'll, you know, for $100 you can get a $5 coupon. So now people are like saving them up, and we'll see, you know, people cashing in $150 or $55 or whatever it is. And as long as you're a member and you actually remember to put your points in there, when you go to redeem it, you'll be emailed a coupon. You copy and paste the coupon code into your checkout system where it says coupon code, and it takes off your reward dollar. It's like free money.
Yeah. And we're going to show a picture too, because when you go to the website, there's a little, it almost looks like a little bag. And I think sometimes there might be some confusion because that might look like your cart, but that is actually the rewards program. So you're going to click on this.
It's burgundy colored. It's
burgundy. Yeah. So you're going to click on that little icon, and it's going to take you
to show your history and what you have.
And you can get points for sharing on Facebook. If you put your birthday in, you get points.
If you refer someone.
If you sign up. And you know, we're all buying these kits and we're all trying to save a couple of bucks here and there. And here's this absolutely unique way of saving some dollars. So check it out.
Dean, you probably have a ton of points you need to use if I know you.
So I do. But you know, I had to change my whole account when I opened up the West Coast Doll Show because I couldn't use that email anymore. I know. So I got to go back through all my emails, but I know I have a $150 coupon because I got it. I do have that. So I'm one of those people. Yeah. I'm one of those people that, you know, have the coupon that hasn't used it. So I definitely need to use it.
I don't know. The way she spends money, I'm surprised that the 200,000 isn't hers.
It's all good. We love Janie's in our life. What can I tell you? But it's a really good program. It's a really good program.
It really is. And the other thing too, if I'm correct, the rewards don't expire. Is that correct?
They don't. They don't expire. Yeah. So as long as Irresistibles is in existence, the one thing I will say is my husband's, I have nothing to do with this. I mean, I advertise it and promote it and that kind of stuff. I answer questions about it. But really, mostly when I get a question, I forward it to him because he works with the company that helps us. So if you ever have a question, and you can always message me, but he's admin@irresistibles.com. He can answer any questions. If you have a question about why is your points not working, I have these points that I used, but it didn't show up. He's the man, and he will take care of. He's great about that. So he will give you. His emails are very specific, as you saw in this. So
yeah, Lorenzo, I think she just dumped a ton of work your way. So
he's the one that's begging for it. You'll get to meet him. He's funny.
All right, fantastic. So check out those reward points.
Yes.
And Esther,
yes,
thank you so much for being on the show.
Oh my God, this was so fun.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We'll have to have you come back again because that history and that knowledge you have is just phenomenal.
I mean, when you think about it, it goes back to the early 90s that people like me and Pat Moulton and Ellie Noops, you know, with the Luca was sculpted by that Ellie Noops. And man, that doll kit was popular, but it was like rock hard, like a bowling ball. But the evolution of what's going on in our industry is so amazing, and there's always new fun things coming out, and there's always new ideas and new artists, and I just am all about these younger women that are starting to come on. And what about the ones that are bringing their kids into this?
Yes,
I mean, that's so
love
cool. And
absolutely.
using IRHSP too, because it is a safer method of paint and it's the truth. So very exciting. Very exciting. We got to get Gracie painting. Got to get Gracie painting.
She has a Marita Winters kit that I bought her, a small little fairy, and we got the eyes off of Etsy because I had to get these teeny tiny little eyes. Yeah. And we got everything, and she's already hit me up like she's itching to do it.
Okay, wonderful.
Very nice.
All right. Well, thank you again, Esther. It's been an absolute pleasure. You're amazing.
I am a pro fan of this show, and I think it is incredible the hard work that goes into it that people probably don't realize. But Janie, you've been an absolute instant add-on success, and Lizbeth,
absolutely.
I just adore you, and I appreciate all your hard work. And thank you for supporting the artists and for supporting us dealers and getting knowledge out there for people that are interested in things that they knew nothing about, and now they know. So. Go Reborn Rap Podcast. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Such a great interview. You know, I know Esther pretty well, but there was a lot of stuff I didn't know. So it was amazing.
Yeah, she's got that, that longevity because she's been in the industry for such a long time. And I'm going to say this again. I know I sound like a broken down record, but, you know, a lot of the time, the reborn community kind of thing, or the concept of reborns is, you know, batshit crazy people playing with dolls, painting dolls or whatever. But the thing is, it's women in business. It's women running successful businesses. And Esther's an excellent example of that. She comes in with the business acumen. She knows how to run a business. And now she paints, which is great too. And she's a really good artist, actually. She wouldn't say she is, but I think she's a really good artist. And she just kind of encompasses everything, you know. She really is an absolute gem. And actually... But we didn't mention it during the interview, but she is teaching at the West Coast Doll Show.
She is teaching at the West Coast Doll Show. And, you know, that was something that me and her talked about over the last year when she decided she wanted to teach is she said, you know, I'm going to paint more. I'm going to get involved more with my artistry and paint more. And she has, and it's really, you know, shows. And she's got some really good teachers teaching with her. Her team is really good. I think the class is going to be fantastic. So if you haven't signed up for that class, you know, get in there before those slots are gone. And she has something special that we'll be announcing when Cassie Love comes. You know, there's some special stuff happening at the West Coast Doll Show. So there's going to be a lot of good announcements for that show.
So if you haven't already signed up for Esther's class at the West Coast Doll Show, there are some slots. We're going to drop all the information in the comments. But yeah, I mean... And she's such a sweetheart. She really is. She's just real, I don't know. She's real, real generous. Yeah, a lot of energy. And she's real generous with her knowledge and information. So thank you, Esther. You were a wonderful guest on the show.
Esther. She was wonderful. That doll was crazy. That first, that doll. And, you know, it was crazy. I was a Lee Middleton collector and I was an Ashton Drake. I still have containers in my storage unit full of these dolls because I wasn't just an artist, I'm a collector.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. Y'all don't realize, you know, I hyperfixate on things and then I just have to have it all. So
I've never been to Janie's house, but every time she talks about stuff I keep thinking that she must live in a 10,000 square foot home.
I need a 10,000 square foot home because I've collected dolls for years. So I have American Girl dolls. I have Lee Middleton. I have Ashton Drake. I have them all. So,
so you want to know what my first doll was? Okay. You're not even going to know what this was. It was a Cindy doll. So for all of the Brits watching. Cindy was kind of like Barbie.
Oh yeah.
And I remember wanting a Cindy doll so much. And that was my first doll. And I did the porcelain things as well too, but
oh yeah. No, I have a lot of porcelain dolls, and my mom never let me have Barbies. You know why? Because
really?
my mom was a minimalist, and that's probably why I'm kind of a hoarder, because I couldn't have anything. She was a minimalist, and I could only have, my toys were on display to not touch. And it's kind of sad, and I think that's why my daughters, you know, because I have 6 girls, I have always let them just explore toys and doll houses and dolls, and I think that's why I'm so fixated on it. So
you know what? I think you may have solved a mystery here, because this will explain why you buy 6 of everything.
Oh yeah, I got 6 girls. We just fixed it. I do. I buy 6 of everything.
Yeah,
that's
you know
true.
what? There you go. Who needs therapy? I'll send you my bill later. Okay.
So I have something super fun to announce, and I'm so excited. And you know, this is huge for us, and it's huge for me, and I'm just so honored to be able to say this. But Cassie Love is going to be on the podcast on October 1st, and I cannot wait to hear her voice again, because I'm gonna tell you all, if any of you watch the super cute cartoon, it's a European cartoon, and it's Peppa Pig, and the accent is so strong. And when I spoke to her on the phone, my daughter was in the background, and she heard me talking to her, and she was like, "Mom, are you talking to Peppa Pig's mom?" Like, she could hear the accent. And so I'm so excited for Cassie Love to be on and to be able to hear her little voice again, because she's so darling. I'm so excited.
You know, it always makes me laugh when Americans talk about British having an accent, because Americans don't realize that you have an accent. Like, to us, you have an accent.
No.
But
No, I don't have an accent. The only person around here that has an accent is you, Lizbeth, because I want to hear you say Taco Bell.
I am not saying Taco Bell. Taco Bell. They gave me such a hard time because I say taco, and to me it's taco. My ears hear taco. Like nachos as well is the other thing that you guys do. I can never go to Mexico. Like, if I tried to order tacos or nachos. Right. But anyway, getting back to Cassie, I mean, you know, like, having Cassie be kind of like the spokesperson for the doll show is just incredible. And everybody's going to be so excited to see her at the West Coast Doll Show. But to be able to have her on the podcast as well is just, I'm so excited. I really am. And I know she's going to be definitely one of our favorites.
Yeah, she's going to be such a darling person to have on. And I cannot wait to have her on. And she's got some exciting news that we're going to let her just tell everybody about. But you have to pay attention and come to that. And don't be late.
Yes.
Don't be late.
For a very important date. And so there's a big announcement coming up too. But can't say anything about it.
Nope, it's secret. It's Cassie's secret to tell. So
exactly, yeah. So stay tuned and watch out for that next podcast coming up soon.
All right, that was a great show. Are you ready for this?
Born ready.
Board ready. Let's see if we can get it this time. I think last time we were like a millisecond off, so let's see if we can get it.
Yeah, it was really close, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Reborn Rap.
That's a wrap. Oh, we may have nailed it.
On mine, you were delayed.
I'm always delayed.
It's so hard. But anyway, thank you guys for watching us for another great show, Janie. Thank you for that too. Remember, be kind to each other out there. Stay tuned. Join us for our anniversary podcast on September the 15th. We'll see you then.
Hit the subscribe button.
I love it. You always remember. I always forget. Follow Jenny's advice and hit that subscribe button. All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.